I'll read the first one. The first comment says, ROC is not outdated, is currently ongoing. Everyone knows it, especially as Taiwanese. It's incorrect that you see yourselves outdated while the CCP is so happy to see the ROC outdated. Controversially, ROC is not only current but prosperous all through Chinese and China in the future. It's the only hope of Chinese being democratic nowadays. The right way of ROC seeing itself should be that you are temporarily in Taiwan just because your home is being invaded and occupied by a group of anti-human/evils, and as a result, you are living in your cottage house for a while. There was and is only one legal government of China called ROC in the world, in the past, now, and future, whereas the so-called PRC or CCP is illegal all the time and just a short downturn term and part of the Republic of China. So this is a comment I'm reading from someone who watches the channel. I'd like to address the comment by saying that I believe, in my opinion, the majority of Taiwanese people think that the Republic of China is outdated. To be honest, this comment sounds like it comes from someone who is an older person. And I don't think most Taiwanese are deluded. I don't think most Taiwanese believe that Taiwan will take over mainland China. That's what Chiang Kai-shek believed back when he was alive, and he's been gone a long time. So I don't think most Taiwanese people believe that the Republic of China government in Taipei is the government of all China. Now, I would love to see a democratic China, but it's implausible that the army of the Republic of China will take over mainland China. It's just not going to happen, and most Taiwanese people know this. Jason, what do you think?
In the near future, I don't see any possibility that mainland China will take over Taiwan.
No, I mean, I was talking about Taiwan taking over mainland China. That's what the comment said. The comment was saying that the ROC is the true government of China.
Yeah, most Taiwanese truly hope that we just maintain what we are doing right now.
Right.
Without changing too much.
That's true. Most Taiwanese people want to keep the status quo. They want to keep their democracy and their freedom, and not make too many waves, not rock the boat. They want to keep things the way that they have been in the past, and that is Taiwanese people get to enjoy democracy, vote for their politicians, vote for their leaders, and enjoy their freedom. And they want China, the CCP, to leave them alone. Unfortunately, China has changed the status quo. The CCP has changed the status quo, to be more exact. And they have been threatening Taiwan more and more recently. Okay, let's read the second comment from one of my viewers. The second comment says, China is living in a parallel time and space derailed from the world, whether it is deceived by their government or unwilling to recognize the facts. Such a country is easily abandoned by the whole world. Broadly speaking, there are only two countries in the world, namely China and countries other than China. Then the whole of China will be hated by the whole world because of Little Pink's out-of-order behavior. In the end, it is those normal Chinese who are unlucky. Well, I'd have to say that that I agree with the idea that the majority of Chinese people are not connected to the world because of the Great Firewall in China. Some people have a VPN, but not everyone does. And also, China has been cracking down more and more on VPNs. So I think the free flow of information isn't reaching China. And so the Chinese people have a biased view of the world because, thank you, Maverick, for the rose. I think the majority of Chinese people have a biased view of the world due to the government propaganda that is promoted by CCTV in China and also other media outlets in China that are controlled by the government or controlled by the CCP. One thing I would not disagree with is that China is easily abandoned by the whole world. I would say the world is in the process of de-risking when it comes to China, and that's a term that many European countries and Western countries have been using. They are trying to reduce their dependence on China, but it's not possible at this moment to completely shut off relations with China. And I think the governments of other countries are working on that right now because they see that that China is not going to negotiate on any terms, especially that they've said they're not going to negotiate on the status of Taiwan. So China is being very obstinate right now, very stubborn, and I think the Western governments and other governments of countries around the world are slowly, not quickly enough, but slowly trying to diversify and move their factories and technology to other countries besides China. And you're right, it's the Chinese people who will lose out because of their government. And that's the sad thing about it. Okay, comment 3. I'm reading comments from my viewers. Comment 3 said, I don't know why you foreigners don't call our country Republic of China, but Taiwan. Is it a habit of your language? Like Hawaii, Rocky, Washington, without adding the country name? Or do you really think that the name of our country is Taiwan? Well, I'd like to answer that I know the official name of Taiwan is the Republic of China. Like I said before, that is a name that was imposed on the people of Taiwan by the Kuomintang government, which came over in 1949 when they lost the Civil War in China. I think most of Taiwanese people would like to change that name. And I call it Taiwan because the Republic of China is an outdated name. Also, Taiwan is easier to say than Republic of China. It's like I call the United States of America, America, and say I'm American. So it's partly that it's easier to say, but it's also that the name Republic of China is outdated. And as I said in my response to the first comment I read tonight, it is no longer the government of all of China. And the majority of Taiwanese people know that. They know that the Republic of China government is not going to take over mainland China. It's impossible. It's not going to happen. So, in my opinion, the name Republic of China is outdated and it should be changed. The only reason it hasn't been is because the Taiwanese people don't want the CCP to invade Taiwan, and they have threatened to invade if the Republic of China changes the name to Taiwan officially. Okay, last comment that I'm going to read from our viewers. To put it bluntly, there are many people who use freedom and democracy to implement dictatorship, and these people do not deserve to enjoy democracy and freedom at all. So I would like to respond to this comment by saying, if your government is a dictatorship, then it's not a democracy at all. Your government might call itself a democracy, but if you cannot change the leaders of the government, if you cannot vote in a new leader, then it's not a democracy by definition. By definition, democracy is the rule of the people, and the people have the power to change the government through voting and through peaceful protest. And if you don't have those rights in your country, then your country is not a democracy. To that, I would also like to point out that that the CCP has been trying to call the government of the People's Republic of China a democracy with Chinese characteristics. That is a misnomer. It's an incorrect use of the word democracy. The CCP government is in no way a democracy. The people are not allowed the right of redress. They are not allowed to complain to the government. They are not allowed to choose their leaders. They're not even allowed to speak out about policies that they think should be changed. And that is in no way a democracy. It's not even communism anymore. I mean, if you've read the works of Karl Marx, then communism is supposed to be the sharing of resources and sharing by the people of the country. The people of China don't even share the resources. The resources are controlled by a few powerful groups of people in the CCP. So it's not even, the government of the People's Republic of China is not even communism. It's definitely not democracy. It is an out-and-out oligarchy. It's ruled by a powerful group of people who don't answer to anyone. And you know, since I come from a democracy, I can criticize my own government. And there are many things I would like to change about the government of the United States of America. The fact is that in America, unlimited amounts of donations are allowed to be funneled in to politicians through PACs or political action committees. And these donations don't have to be registered. So it's a huge loophole in election law in the US. People can donate hundreds of millions of dollars to candidates and not have their name published through political action committees. And this is something that needs to be changed. Also, politicians are allowed to become lobbyists after they finish their terms in office. And lobbyists also funnel donations and favors to politicians. And I think lobby groups should be banned in the United States because I think it hurts, it weakens the democracy of the United States. It gives major corporations more power to change government, and it has led to ridiculously large sums of money being spent on elections in the United States. I didn't follow the amount of money spent on the last presidential election, but I do remember reading about the presidential election in 2012 when President Obama was reelected, or Obama. Each candidate spent close to $1 billion US, and that was in 2012. And they spent it on the election campaign. What ordinary American citizen has $1 billion at their disposal to run for office. They don't. So what this means is you have to have very powerful friends in America to run for major offices like president or U.S. senator or U.S. representative. You must have very, very powerful friends with deep pockets to support your campaign. And I think America should change this. I think it weakens democracy. Now, at the local level, democracy is still going strong in America. People can vote for their local mayor, and local mayors except in the biggest cities don't have to spend large sums of money to run for office. So yes, I think America needs to work on its democracy, but it's still a million times better than the CCP government in the People's Republic of China. At least there is some accountability. There is a Justice Department branch, and the Justice Department can investigate corruption and illegal actions by Congress, by the legislature, and by the president. And so, like I said, there's a lot more transparency in the United States government than in the People's Republic of China government.
Okay, we need to thank you for subscribing us. We've been having a lot more subscribers recently and viewers. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for watching our channel. And please, if you have any comments, please leave them. I enjoy reading the comments, even if they don't agree with me. I enjoy debating. And I think nowadays the art of scholarly debate, in which we use facts instead of getting angry and shouting at each other, is it's become less common. I like a scholarly debate, and I'd like to read your comments. So please interact with us, leave messages on our account. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe to our channel, Jason Adam TV on YouTube, and give us a thumbs up or leave a comment. So we'll catch you next time. Have a good evening or morning, depending on where you are. Bye-bye.